I was a stay-at-home mom for 18 months, and I love my daughter, but that's just not who I am. Um, so it took me a while to figure out that it was okay for my wife to not have everybody at home together, because we wouldn't be happy doing that. Um, so my why has really turned into more of what can I do for us to be our happiest. And for the next 11-ish years, um, my life is really up in the air. My husband's active duty military, so that comes first. And my why right now is to be able to pursue the degree that I want, have a job, do all of that, but to not have to worry at all about finances in the meantime, because it could take the next 10 years for me to get where I want to, like in a career. And living away from family, it just sucks that there are things that we miss out on because we can't afford to buy a plane ticket every couple months for 3 people to get back for something, you know. And there have been times, like even going to conference, or I got to come home and surprise my little sister when she graduated high school, and it was awesome, but it's such a financial strain to do those things, and so you don't get to really enjoy it. So yeah, my why has just become to be able to not worry about things like that, regardless of if I have to be a part-time waitress or if I have a full-time job, that doesn't matter, that everything else is taken care of. So the job I have, the things we do as a family get to be fun, and when we are together, because we're apart a lot right now. So when we are together, to be able to really just enjoy being together, because we get to go do what we love and we don't have to worry about how we're going to make ends meet. So that's turned into my why. And then strengths, I think I'm really good at being a product of the product. Once I started actually taking this seriously, every month I would try to get wraps and then some other product that I wanted to try. So that way when people ask me about it, I could say like, oh yeah, hey, this is what it's done for me. And I have a couple of before and afters that people every time, like, sucks them in every time because they just can't believe that, you know, and they can't tell you it doesn't work if it works for you. So I think that's my strength. My weakness is, real talk, I'm kind of a lazy person, so I'm not always good at putting in the legwork and the time, and for the next, until September, I am a single parent, so I let the exhaustion and I let the missing my husband and I let whatever else become an excuse to not do this, because it sounds okay to say, well, I need to spend time with my daughter, or man, we were up really late last night, I need to get some sleep so I can go to work in the morning. But my biggest weakness is just excuses all the time.
Kudos to you for being that real and that self-aware, because I've coached lots of distributors who were lazy and couldn't see it. It was everybody else's fault. So first of all, you're like a step ahead there. And I would encourage us all to be that self-aware. Okay, today, was I just lazy, or did I really have issues that needed me that couldn't let me be in front of the computer? Something else I would encourage you guys, and that I want to point out, and I'm not saying that this happened in Abby's case when she started, but sometimes, especially for me, I have a very strong personality and I have these huge visions of what this company can do for people, that in the beginning, when I was first signing my first distributors, I found myself projecting my why on them. And I know from talking to a few of you that actually happened to you when you started. And I'm not saying this happened in Abby's case, but as a distributor, as a team leader, as a person who is sharing with these new people, we need to make sure that we don't project our why and what we see as possible on these people, because they're not going to connect with it if it's us. I mean, you know, for me, I'm with Pollard. I don't like having a boss. I don't like people telling me what to do. I don't like that Brian has to have a boss. I have this vision that he's not going to get to come home and hang out all day. He's going to have to go find stuff to do, but it's he wants to do, not have to answer to a boss, because if he were here, we would like kill each other. I see, you know, that you don't have to be in the military. I see that you don't have to go to school. You don't have to have a career. That's what I see. And in the beginning, I found myself projecting that on people, and people who have a why projected on them are not going to be motivated. They are not going to be excited, because that's not what floats their boat. That's not what is motivating to them. So as an enroller, as a sponsor, as a mentor, it is your job to pull that why out of that person, not give them one. Okay. So I would just encourage you guys to be careful and be mindful of that when you're enrolling new distributors, to pull that out. Jamie, do you want me to try to unmute you so you can share? Let me see. Try that.
There you go.
Yay.
Oh no.
It's coming in and out. You're gone again. Nope. Jamie, we still have no sound on you, my dear. How about we try again in a minute? Maybe, since I'm recording, exit out and come back in and see if that helps. I don't know that it will. It's just a thought, so you don't have to try it. In the meantime, Tamara, okay.
I just wanted to touch on what you were saying about projecting, because that's what happened to me, and I had no idea until we talked that one time.
And you were, how many years in the business were you at that point?
I just passed my second year.
Okay, so 2 years you were working for the wrong why.
Right.
Okay.
So after talking with you, I found my why. And I remember it was January when you asked me to come on this Zoom with your team to explain and tell everybody what happened. Well, you know, life happens, and John Eric made a post this morning about Satan attacking you when you're supposed to be where you're at, or something big is going to happen. And you hear it all the time in this business, but now it's December, and looking back, like, God had huge plans for me in this business, and I allowed stuff to happen and get in my way of what he had for me. So, and I read that this morning, and it just hit me, because if I did what I was supposed to do and just, like, you know, followed his lead, like, I wouldn't be here at a distributor level anymore, you know. And but so I just want to encourage you guys to, like, I know it's going to be hard And I know it's going to be tough, but when Satan is like beating you down and you don't know what you're doing, you just got to hold on. Because right now I'm being beat down because of my job. I work at a vet clinic full time, and I work so crazy hours. It's not even like fair, to me and my family. And, this is going to be, I mean, how many holidays do you have? Like, this is going to be the umpteenth holiday that I'm going to be working. And, it's not fair for my family to tell them that, we can't open Christmas presents Christmas morning because I have to go walk dogs. And I've been doing this now for 15 years, and my body is tired. My mind is tired. My family is tired. So my why, after talking with Bethany, was my husband. And that was last January. But since then, it's changed again. And I was talking with my new distributor today, and I told her that my why is me. And I said, I know that sounds selfish, but I can't keep doing this rat race. I can't keep doing this wheel anymore, because if I do, like, there's not going to be any Tamara left for my family, and there's not going to be any Tamara for a potential baby, if that's going to ever happen in the future. And so my why is me. And back in January, my why was my husband, but yes, that is a part of me. So he is a part of my why as well. So that is my why. And I really wasn't going to speak tonight because I don't feel like Abby, everybody's talking about, their children and stuff. I don't have children, I don't have this great legacy for whoever. I have my dogs, and my husband, but I don't know. God told me I needed to tell my story because it's hard, especially if you work full time, but being with you guys, I don't remember when I came in, but it has definitely, my fire has come back. I have worked so hard in the last, 4 months since I've been with you guys. And I know now that I'm being beat down on every level right now. And I know that God is allowing it to happen because he's building me to be a stronger person and a stronger leader, Bethany. Anyways, so my weakness is, Abby, I'm with you. I can give you every excuse in the book of why I'm not going to do my job today, or I'm not going to follow up with some people because I've worked 12 hours straight and I didn't have a lunch and I just want to go take a nap, or, I have to be up at 5 o'clock just so I can walk a kennel full of dogs before we see appointments. And, I have an hour and a half for lunch and I'm going to choose to sleep. And instead of talking to my new distributor about goals and stuff. So that's my weakness at the moment. I have a lot of weaknesses, let me just say, but my strength is I love to encourage people. I never thought I would be a people person, but I love to pick people up, and I love to love on people, and I love to my friend at work, she just joined with Cincy, and I'm her biggest cheerleader, you know. So if anybody needs encouragement, come to me. That's my job. But so that's it.
Okay. First of all, yes, lots of love. Ashley sending you love. First of all, you need to know to give yourself some grace. Okay? Every single one of you sitting on this call is in the exact place that the Father of all creation knew you would be in your business in this moment tonight. Nothing that has happened this year has been a surprise. He sees things from an eternal perspective. Therefore, time is completely irrelevant to him. He doesn't care how long it takes. He is going to work on you until you are exactly what it is he wants to create. And you are powerless outside of him. You are not strong enough to screw up his plan for your life. The end. Mic drop. We're done. Okay? If he has something for you, it will not pass you. Are you hearing me?
Yes.
He loves you more than you can even imagine. And that love is wrapped up in eternity. Whatever it is you're going through, he can use it and is using it to pull you and craft you and mold you into exactly what he wants you to be. All right? So first of all, give yourself some grace because you haven't screwed anything up. All right? You're still here fighting and you've been working your butt off to learn whatever it is he's trying to teach you. I've watched it. All right? Second of all, you're still here fighting. You're winning. The fact that you haven't given up is you winning. All right? And I think all of us needed to hear that. You know, like I'm so ready to say goodbye to 2016 because it has been a year of hard lessons and uphill battles. But, you know, my devotional this morning was about his power being made perfect in my weakness and how I can boast totally and completely gladly in all of my shortcomings because those are the opportunities that he can come in and work. And so anytime you've got hardship, anytime you've got struggle, that is him working on you. He is trying to get your attention. He is trying to teach you. He is trying to love you. And when you will throw your hands up in the air and accept that love and let him wash over you with the hope that he has for you, everything changes. Everything changes. I know it was hard for you to speak up tonight. I know you don't like being in the spotlight. So thank you for sharing because somebody needed to hear what you had to say. Okay, we're going to try to unmute Jamie one more time. And if this doesn't work, she messaged it to me and I think I have permission to share. And hold on. Okay, cross your fingers. All right, give us a shot, Jamie. Dang it. No, your mic must be off. Okay, I'll read the message you sent me. Like, wave at me and let me know if I missed something. Okay. Sorry, the chat. Okay. Jamie's why is to get her kids out of the tent that they are currently living in and into a house where the family belongs. I'm just going to interject here. I know lesser women who would have given up and walked away by now on the entire thing. I'm super proud of you for your fight. And we love you a lot. And thank you for being on here because that's not easy to do. Her strength is her willingness to speak to anyone. And her weakness is her unwillingness to give up on people. She's like, holy heck, we change and save lives. And it upsets me when others can't see that. That's a direct quote. Jamie, I don't think an unwillingness to give up on people is a weakness by any stretch. It takes a really big heart not to quit on people who have quit. And I'm one of those. And so I know how much your heart hurts when people can't see what they can be and what they can do. It hurts more than probably anything I've ever experienced. And I tell people all the time that being a leader in this company is the hardest thing you will ever love. It's hard to love people so much and see so much potential, and they just don't see it. Thank you for sharing, Jamie, and thank you for being here. Does anybody else want to share with us? Who's next?
I know some of you are talkers, so don't try and pretend like you're not.
I know. What's that about?
I don't know, but I don't want to call people out.
It's me. They don't like me.
We're going to have to call some people out.
Maybe you just intimidate them.
Oh, yeah. I'm so scary. My shiny
You are
forehead.
kind of scary.
I did a peel today. Can you guys tell? It's like all shiny and nice.
You look smoking hot.
Yeah, that's not what this is, but thank you. All right, come on. Some of my leaders are here. What's up, y'all?
Oh, fine.
Okay, I'll go.
Okay, bring it.
And I wasn't going to talk at all. I was like, yeah, no, this is not happening, but
Yeah, that's not even an option. Go ahead.
I am. So I've been in this business almost 3 years now, and I think if you'd asked me, I don't know, even just a year from now, I would have said that my why is I really want to get out of debt because I have a lot of school loans, but ultimately it's because I want to be a stay-at-home mom. Well, that dream's kind of put off because I'm no longer married anymore. But then I don't know, my business was doing really well. You know, I got to Diamond, my team was doing really well, our business was booming, it was just awesome. And then March, April hit, and then like nothing, and it all like went to the crapper, and you know, life hit and I had to get another job, and you know, I lost my good bonus and lost my ranking, and, you know, just kind of a hot mess. But I think sometimes that when life hits, God gives you a different why. And sometimes it can be like a temporary why. And sometimes it can be just a different why altogether. I think right now my why would be, honestly, some of the faces that are staring at me right now. I have a lot of leaders on this call, and they haven't quit, and I'm not really sure why. And but I know what their why is, and I know what they're going after, and I know what their dreams are. And even though I'm not necessarily running after any dreams myself right now, because life is hit, I'm running because I'm running after their dreams with them. Because I want to see, you know, I want to see Ellen be that stay-at-home mom and not have to worry about finances after having a preemie. You know, I want to see Abby be able to accomplish all the goals that she set out, because, you know, that's the gift that God's given her. You know, I want to see Erica, you know, get out of debt and just be able to live in that freedom. Like, I want to see their goals succeed. And so that's become my why. That's kind of why I'm still here, because, you know, when life hit, it would have been really, really easy for me to walk away. It would have been really easy for me to give up and just say, you know what, it's not for me. I haven't signed a customer in over 6 months. I haven't signed a distributor in 8 months. Like, clearly I'm failing at this. But I see their why, and I see that I'm part of their story, and they've been part of mine, and, you know, they've walked through a lot of life with me, and So my why is to stick around for them. So.
And what is your strength and weakness?
My weakness, I would say, I hate blitzing, period. Most of us do, it's fine. And then follow up, I'm not really good at following up. I'm kind of a checklist person. So if I'm working on somebody, you know, PLC or PPT, whatever, if I'm working on them, I get them signed. It's kind of like a checklist and I move on. I have a hard time following back up with them because it's kind of like a out of sight, out of mind. You know, I did my job, I'm moving on to the next person.
Yeah.
My strength, I would say, I thrive better when I have a relationship with someone. You know, so I think that's why lifting doesn't work for me, is because to me it seems very superficial. But if I have a relationship with someone, I can talk to them and know their needs and, you know, kind of interact with them throughout the day or whatever, then I think I thrive better there.
Excellent points. You know, it takes more guts to have the rug ripped out from under you and for you to stand and build again in the same spot than it does to go somewhere else, call it quits, and go do something else. I know just from knowing some of your stories that a lot of the faces on here tonight have had the rug pulled out from under you, and you stood your ground and you decided to stay and fight. And it's people like you that keep people like me here. Because every other business I've ever left, I never left a downline behind. And I'm not about to start now. As long as there is one person still fighting, I know I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. And I know some of your stories, and I know why we're fighting. And that is why I'm able to wake up every morning and go for it when everybody told me that I shouldn't. Okay. Anybody else? It's about 10. You guys super late, but if somebody's just dying to share with us, I want to have you before we jump off. Anybody? Did I cut you off?
I don't know. Did you?
Go ahead. Okay, sorry.
My why. When I first started out, my why was, you know, I just didn't want to end up homeless. My biggest fear is being homeless. I do have 2 boys, but I haven't seen them in 2 years. Long story short, I listened to the wrong guy and pretty much just ruined my life. I spent every last penny I had to get up here for what was supposed to be a meeting with a divorce lawyer. And when I got here, suddenly there's no divorce lawyer. There's no home. There's no shelter. And so that was my why. And then as I've thought of this, thought of it, I've realized that I'm 30 years old and I have never finished anything in my life. I have started things. I was going to school for my RNA. And I started going to college and I had to drop out. Yeah. My my biggest strength, I guess, is I'm stubborn. I'm very, very stubborn. And I'm afraid to be a failure. And my biggest weakness is I suffer from anxiety, and even just doing this is big. So blitzing is even worse. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing. Y'all are seriously, I've been trying not to cry all night, and you're killing me here. I don't know. I don't know if there's anyone else that wants to share, but just to give you a quick little why for myself. When I started, I didn't want. My husband was in the military too. I don't know who else had a spouse in the military. I don't remember who that was. But I had my husband's in the military, or was in the military. He's retired now, but he volunteered to deploy because we were so broke. And we were on food stamps, and we lost our house, and that's how we ended up in Texas. Whole long story, but that was my why then. But 4 years later, my why is very different, because he's home, and we're not on food stamps anymore, and we bought a house, and we're financially better than we were. But the last year, with deaths in our family, and I don't know, it just really made me realize what was important. And aside from the fact that I don't like to be told what to do, and my mom's on here, she can clearly attest to that, I don't want to spend my days in an office somewhere when I have parents that are aging, and I have a grandmother that's aging, and I had a friend that died today, and she's younger than I am. So I don't want to spend my time being told what to do, sitting in an office, and having somebody that says I can't spend time with my kids or my husband or my parents. I want to spend every moment I can with them or with my friends. My mom just said she's not aging. I don't want to come home from work stressed and angry and yelling at my kids and trying to fight to make dinner and not even enjoying these children that I brought into the world. I want to be there at their games and their doctor's appointments and wherever they need me. I want to be there every moment that I can be. So things were rough for us this year, and I won't lie, my check dropped, and that was my fault. But I don't view it as a I mean, it was negative, but it wasn't. It dropped, but the reason that it dropped was because I was able to be there for somebody when they needed me for 2 months. And I wouldn't trade that for anything. A lot of you know that whole story. I was taking care of my mother-in-law, so I wouldn't go back and change that for the money. It wasn't worth it. But the fact that I got to be there, and even better than that was that my husband got to be there, because he didn't have to go find another job. And like Bethany, I love to give gifts. If you're part of my team, you know that already. I just love to give things to people. I like to make them feel good about themselves, and I think that's probably my biggest strength. Is it doesn't matter what has happened in your life or how you feel. You come to me Like, I'm your girl. I will make you feel better about yourself, or at least I'll try. My weakness is probably fear of, well, a little bit of fear of rejection, but I'm kind of getting past that, and I just really don't give a crap what you think, because you don't pay my bills, you don't live in my house, you don't take care of my kids, and so I really don't care. And disorganization. I'm too disorganized. I've got 4 kids living at home, and so as you can imagine, I get papers on papers on papers just piled up from school and different things. And I find myself surrounded. If I turned this around and showed you my office, you'd totally understand right now. But that's probably my weakness, but I'm working on that. And I just want to say that the fact that you guys are on this Zoom, that you took time out of your schedule to be on this, and I know for some of you it's late, is a testament to your ambition and your drive, and the fact that you really do want change. You really do want something different. And maybe it's not happening as fast as you'd like, but it happened for me fast, and then things all fell apart. So it doesn't necessarily, just because something happens fast doesn't mean it's always a great thing. So it's okay if it's taking you a little longer. That's all right. Go at your pace. You'll get there when it's your time, and as fast as you want to be there, I guess. But don't let that stop you. Don't let it hold you back. Because we love you guys, and Bethany and I talk about our teams all the time, and we cry together, and we pray together, and we spend a lot of time trying to figure out what is best for you guys, knowing your personalities and who you are and your backgrounds and your whys, and we just want to make sure that we're pouring everything into you guys. So please come to us anytime. We're always available. I'm pretty sure you guys know that about us. But now that you know your sideline sisters' whys, it's important to encourage them to keep going. Because I'm sure we've all felt, at one time or another that we're done. We're tired. We can't talk about raps one more time. We're just, I don't know, we just can't go anymore. And trust me, I've had that thought. But like Bethany said, as long as I have one person that's still working for this dream, I will not quit. And even if that last person quit, I know how amazing this company is and these products. I still probably wouldn't quit. I'd still keep going. I'd just find another team to build. But I don't want to do that. So please don't quit. But I'm just saying, we have a desire for you all to reach your dreams, and somebody else said that too. Like, your whys push us to keep going, because it's important to us to see you guys achieve those dreams. Sorry, I ramble a little bit.
Don't be sorry. All right. We have 12 days left in December. That is plenty of time to reach a goal. All right. I'm still trying to fill out my steps to success for this month, because 2017 is going to be all about the basics. Don't get caught up in all the frills. Focus on the basics. Getting to diamond and double and triple is just steps to success and building rubies over and over and over again. Okay. So I'm working on filling in that very next blank on my steps to success. That's my next goal. All right. The way you finish the next 12 days is going to be the way you start 2017. And I don't know about Dana's team, but I have seen some pretty lofty goals pop up from shout outs from my team for 2017. And if we're going to hit those, we need to be flying through the last 12 days of December. Okay? There's no time to be too busy to send just one more message. There's no time to be too busy to slip a coupon to somebody as I'm headed through the grocery store, because you never know who that next person is going to be that gets the message or gets the card that was praying for something to change in 2017. Okay? 12 days to make a difference in your paycheck and in your team's paychecks. All right? There's a few of you who have said you don't know your why. If you are comfortable talking to me, I would be more than honored to have a chat with you and try to help you dig a little bit. I'm really good at making people cry. I see some eye rolls from my team. I don't know how I feel about that. But I would be honored to make some time and have a chat with you. And I'm sure Dana wouldn't mind doing the same. But try to dig. It's so important to dig a little bit and figure out what makes you tick, because all of a sudden you've got this purpose that you didn't even know fueled you. And it may be fueling you now and you just don't even realize it yet. But anyway, we love you guys. Jamie, good night. I see you're leaving. Let's pray and then